Hi, this is Norm with Guitar Channel 7. This is Lesson 3. Today we're going to talk about finding the right guitar for you. There are many guitars available, all different kinds of guitars. But what you have to do is find one that you like the way it sounds, that you can play well, that fits nicely in your hands. And in order to do this, you're probably going to have to go to a music store and play some guitars until you find the right one. If you can't play, then go to a music store and ask somebody there who can play to do that for you, and you simply listen. It's important to have a guitar that sounds really good to you, because that's going to encourage you to play more. If you have a guitar that sounds bad and that can't tune up properly and is difficult to play, you're not going to play it. You're not going to be encouraged to play, or you're just going to end up getting rid of it and getting another one. So avoid all that and get something that you like. You may have to spend a little more money than you thought, but in the end, it'll be worth it. It's really rewarding to have a nice playing guitar that sounds good, and you can come home at the end of the day and pick that guitar up and start playing it, and it just sounds beautiful, and it's relaxing, and it just soothes your soul, and it's refreshing. And if there's anybody that's listening to you, they'll get that same sensation over them as well. So how do you choose a guitar? I mean, there are so many out there. You know, yes, you listen to a guitar, but also you want to consider what it is you want to do with that guitar. This is going to help you as well. What I mean by that is, are you just going to stay at home and play in your room for yourself, your family? Then you might just need a simple acoustic guitar like this one, which may cost about $400 or $500. And it sounds pretty good. One thing, let me just stop for a second here. Whatever guitar that you get, it's going to need to be set up. And what I mean by that is that sometimes you'll buy a guitar and this neck here will not be straight if you get an inexpensive one. And what I typically do when I look at a guitar is from this end here, I'll look down and see if there's a bow or an arch, if you will, in the neck. And if there is, then that means it needs to be adjusted. And you can do that. You're not going to be able to see it in here, but maybe you can. I don't know. But in there's a little hole that an Allen key fits in, and you can turn that and tighten it. And as you tighten it, it'll pull this neck back this way. Because if you leave it curved like that and you try to play, the strings are going to be further away from the neck, and it's going to be difficult for you. Your fingers are going to get sore, your hand's going to get sore, and it might not be as encouraging for you to play a guitar like that. So whatever guitar you get, make sure it's set up properly. Sometimes the saddle here will be too high, and that'll do the same thing. So you can actually have somebody take that out and sand it down, and so that's a little lower, and place it back in there, and then that will bring the strings down. You want to get the strings as close to these metal frets as possible, so that when you're playing it, you've got a nice sound, it's nice and clear, and there's none of this. You hear that buzzing in there? You don't want any buzzing. If it's buzzing, that means the strings are too close, or you're not playing it properly. But you want to get it just close enough so that you have a nice, clear, bright sound. All right? So the guitar that you're going to choose is going to depend on, again, what you're going to do with it. You're going to play at home by yourself, or do you plan to go and practice enough so that you can play in front of a group of people? Then you want to get something that's going to be really nice, that's going to probably be an acoustic electric guitar, like we talked about on the second video, the second lesson, where you could plug a patch cord into your guitar, and then you go through a PA system or an amplifier, and that will make that will influence your decision as to which guitar you're going to get. And then there are different styles of guitar. Folk guitar, fingerstyle guitar, usually play this type of guitar, an acoustic guitar. Classical guitar is going to be a different guitar, and I have here a Godin multi-ack acoustic electric classical guitar, and it has the nylon strings on it. And it doesn't sound good when it's not plugged in, but when it's plugged in and you've got the EQ set properly on it and you've got a little bit of reverb on this, this guitar sounds really nice. It plays really well. The strings are really close to the fretboard, and it's really easy to play and sounds really good. Or you can go ahead and get a full-bodied classical guitar that's going to have the same neck as this, but the body is going to be just like the one that I was showing you before, my Seagull S6. Another thing that you're going to do once you've chosen the guitar that you want is you're going to make sure that whatever strings that are on there, they are good strings. And I typically use these here. They're called Elixir guitar strings, and you can see what they are. This is a pack of 3, and I get them online at an online music store for about $30 for 3 packs. And this makes a huge difference in the guitar that you're playing. If you have little inexpensive strings that are maybe $5 a set, you're not going to get the sound and the longevity out of your strings that you will out of these strings. They're really nice strings. The size of the strings also makes a difference in your sound. So, for example, if you play an electric guitar like this one here, this electric guitar has very thin strings compared to this acoustic guitar. Now this high E string here is a 0.010 gauge, which is very thin and easy to bend. But when you come to this one here, I have a 0.012, which is a little thicker and takes a little bit more to bend the string and more to keep pressure down on it. But it will sound richer, more full, and ring a little longer. And the thicker strings are usually going to be found on acoustic guitar generally than you're going to see on an electric guitar. But you can, I used to play this one here. I used to put 0.013s to start, and then they get thicker as they go up. And that had a really unique sound. It was a little harder to play, but you get used to it. Your hand gets stronger. Another thing you want to do is make sure that you keep your guitar strings clean. So once you finish playing your guitar, wipe your strings down. Now you can see these strings here when I go across them with my nails. You listen. Those strings are wound. So what happens is there's a little bit of your sweat or skin gets in there, and after a while it's just, there's not much cleaning you can do. It's just going to sound dead. You're going to hit the string and it's going to sound dead. There's not going to be any brightness to the sound whatsoever. At that point you would change it. But before you play your guitar, if you have sweaty hands, clean your hands. And if you have sweaty palms when you're playing your guitar, when you're finished, get a paper towel and take each individual string and go up and down, pinch the string, go up and down and clean it. You'll see all the gunk that's from your fingers on there. And if you don't do that and you leave it on there, your strings will start to corrode, and they'll, on the smooth high E string, you'll be going up and down on it. You're going to hear and feel it. It's going to sound not good, and it's going to feel strange. It's going to feel like it's rusted. So in order to keep your strings longer and your guitar sounding better, clean your strings. That's always good. I think that's where I'm going to end for today. Just wanted to keep it short, just to give you an idea of the different types of guitar that are out there and what you should choose. Again, just to kind of summarize, find a guitar that you like the way it sounds and get it, play it, and enjoy it. We'll see you next time.